When I was facing stomach cancer, wondering about what my scar might look like was not even in the top 10 list of things that I was bothered about. There's just too much else to think about. After a while, I did become curious about what my scar might look like. Might it be big? Might it be red? Might it be less red? You don't know. So I figured that if I had these questions afterwards, you might have these questions also. So I thought I'd do a video about scarring, what yours might look like, and just share with you a little bit about some of the things that I did that were helpful for me in having my scar look a little less pronounced. And although it sounds kind of silly to say this, it is a video about surgical scarring. So if you feel like you might be a little bit squeamish in seeing a scar, there are tons of other Belly Brave videos that might be more helpful for you. With that said, we'll see you in a second. What your scar might look like will depend on whether you have open surgery, where they open you up, or whether you have closed surgery, where it's a laparoscopic procedure. We're going to talk about laparoscopic first. That is more typical if they can catch your cancer early on. And what they're able to do, they keep you closed up, it's known as closed surgery. So it's 5 to 6 little incisions that'll go near your belly button and around your abdomen, where they'll insert surgical instruments, and the ability to light up your insides and see around. So that those small incisions will of course leave smaller scars. This gives you a bit of a comparison about what the scarring from a closed procedure looks like as opposed to an open procedure, which is what I had. So on the top here, you have kind of the conventional um, scarring, or the incision going from left to right. And that, as I said, for me, I had more advanced cancer. So having a laparoscopic or a closed procedure wasn't even on the cards. So that's a very different pattern of the incision that they have to make as compared to these relatively small incisions that you see on the bottom. I just found out about this and I thought it was really quite cool. It's called the reduced port laparoscopic gastrectomy. And so what happens there, you can tell by the name, reduced port, it even uses fewer ports than the standard closed procedure. So your scars are more centrally located. It's not done as frequently as other methods because apparently it becomes very hard to harvest lymph nodes, which when your stomach comes out, they can, often take out lymph nodes because they want to see if it's your cancer has progressed to that. So it was just, not common, but pretty cool that this even exists. This is a different way for you to see why, if you have closed surgery, your keyhole scars are where they are. And I thought that this was interesting because you have the new kind of the reduced port closed surgery being shown on your left here, as opposed to the more traditional laparoscopic uh, surgical areas on the right. So we've seen the incisions. What are the resulting scars looking like? Well, here on the left, A, that's an example of scars with just a conventional laparoscopic surgery. B is a single incision and 2 ports. And C is a single incision and 1 port. For a lot of the rest of us, we have open surgery because gastric cancer is often found out about when it's past those early stages where you can get the closed procedure. Plus, we might need a load of lymph nodes taken out to check whether we've had cancer spread there. for my surgeon, at least, he wanted to see what my whole gut looked like. So, for these and other reasons, some of us have open surgery in their gastrectomy. So, this looks like a larger incision that can go straight down the middle of your abdomen, or if it's like mine, it looks like a bit of a mountain, which we showed you a little earlier. It's typically pretty long. It can change depending on how much of the stomach is removed, because I had a total gastrectomy, so my stomach's gone. Some people have a partial gastrectomy where it might be, 50 or 80% of their stomach gets taken out. The scar is more noticeable at first, but over time it fades. I wanted my scar to heal well, so I did the things you typically think of. There's no real rocket science here. The keeping it clean and dry, especially when you're right out of surgery, is mission critical. The doctor will give you instructions how to do it. You'll have some patches that'll help keep you clean and dry. Sponge baths for those days when you're right out of surgery. I think it was 5 days before I got a shower. Felt fantastic, but you're still keeping your scar when it's very fresh, um, clean and dry. Later on, avoiding sun exposure. I'm not the type of person who's going to be wearing a bikini in public. So that's pretty easy for me. But you've got to be aware that if you, like I, were coming off of chemotherapy, that chemotherapy makes your skin very very photosensitive. I'll get it out there. What I had was I had 4 rounds of flat chemotherapy. Then I had my surgery. Then I had 4 more flat rounds of flat chemotherapy. And the chemo just necessitates you using skin a sunscreen for your skin that's on the higher end of the SPF. Remember your ears, your back, your neck. I sound like my mom now. Not a bad thing. And any exposed parts should really be covered with sunscreen. Basics of staying hydrated, eating well. Again, no rocket science. Your body's healing. You've had a major procedure. I had a major procedure. And to help it heal, that's one of the reasons why you keep hearing protein, protein, protein. Real important, vitamin C and zinc to heal. Those are all really important to be more aware of. We have a lot of bits of us that have to heal, but certainly our skin was healing. And when the scar had started to form, when the skin was healing, my mom had given me this scar care product. And it has a nice vitamin E base. But that vitamin E, initially I thought it was vitamin E, which helped with the scarring. But what it is actually it's the onion extract. That's what's clinically supported to help keep the scarring managed. So this is it's just nice. It's got a vitamin E base, but it also has that onion extract. Look it up on Google. It's really quite cool. What onion extract does is it inactivates bacteria, so that again helps the site stay nice and clean, and it reduces inflammation, which reduces redness, which helps with scarring. I used to use this getting right out of the shower because your body absorbs moisturizers better when you're getting out of the shower. Your pores are all nice and open. I was using it just twice a day and not using it according to the label directions, which say massage, because that comes later. It's just I dabbed it very lightly, dabbing it. Didn't want to stretch the skin, at all. And you can do a good job of putting it on with just a very light touch. Bio oil is another product I used. Again, because I liked that its effectiveness was clinically supported. According to the International Journal of Natural Therapy, aloe vera, which I have all over the house, only because it's super easy to grow. It's one of the few plants that I won't kill. That helps scars. It's really easy. You just take one of the little fronds, you snap it off, split it open, it'll be all goopy inside, and I rub that right on any time, like even if I'm in the garden and I have a scratch from a raspberry plant or something, I'll slap aloe vera on it. So again, so it's something that's supported, that'll help your skin. Like I said, I used to just dab whatever product I was putting on my scars on, but after a while, when it's safe to do so, you can massage your scar a little bit and helps prevent scar tissue from thickening. You remember it, this whole thing with scarring, the reason why I'm doing it is your scar is, yeah, I mean, these battle scars. You've been through battle, you're fighting cancer, right? You fought cancer, you had surgery. Wear it with pride. I'm not going to, again, wear a bikini, but I'm not hiding my scar. If you have any questions or want to share a little bit about what you might have done to help manage your scars, please just drop a comment below and I'd love to hear it. It'd be nice. Until the next video, take care, stay strong, and if you want, grow, I don't know if you can see this. This is one of my monster plants. Grow some aloe vera. Okay, see you later.